friends, I'm Angel Bhalera. I'm studying in Podda International School in class 9. Today we are going to see question and answers of an English poem. The name of the poem is The Lake Isle of Innisfree, written by William Butler Yeats. But before watching this video in detail, don't forget to subscribe my channel. So let's start. Question and answers. Question 1. What kind of place is Innisfree? Think about it. A. The 3 things the poet wants to do when he goes back there. The answer is Innisfree is a beautiful place where nature is in its spring swing. B. What he hears and sees there and its effect on him. The answer is the poet wants to build a small hut of clay and wattles. He will have a 9-beam rose and a hive for the honeybees. C. What he hears in his heart's core even when he is far away from Innisfree. The answer is he hears peace come dropping and the crickets sing. He sees the midnight shine and a purple glow at noon. Evenings are full of linnets' wings. He feels happy and gets peace of mind. The poet hears the lake water lapping the shore with low sounds. Question 2. By now, you may have concluded that Innisfree is a simple, natural place full of beauty and peace. How does the poet contrast it with where he now stands? The answer is the natural beauty of Innisfree is used and explained to contrast with the roads and pavements in the city. The pavement is of grey color which symbolizes decay and death. Question 3. Do you think Innisfree is only a place or state of mind? Does the poet actually miss the place of his boyhood days? The answer is the natural beauty of Innisfree is not the creation of poet's fancy. It is a real place that gives solace to the frustrated soul. The poet longs to live at such a beautiful and peaceful place. He misses it a lot. Question 2. First, look at the words the poet used to describe when he sees and hears at Innisfree. A. Bee loud glade. The answer is these words create the picture of the hive and honeybee humming all around. It is in the glade. B. Evenings full of linnets' wings. The answer is linnet is a bird with wings. When it flutters its wings, it looks beautiful. And when the birds sit on a tree amidst beautiful natural scene, it leaves an indelible impression on the mind of the beholder. C. Lake water lapping with low sounds. What pictures do these words create in your mind? The answer is, it is an ordinary but bewitching scene. The waves strike the lake's shore to create a pleasing and soothing sound. Question 2. Look at these words. Peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings. What do these words mean to you? What do you think comes dropping slow from the wheels of the morning? What does to where the cricket sings mean? The answer is these words mean that peace surrounds that area at dawn. The pleasing and melodious sound of cricket greets the morning. It adds sweetness to serenity of the peace. Additional questions. Short answer type questions. Question 1. When and where will the poet experience peace? The answer is the poet will experience peace in the lap of nature at the Lake Isle of Innisfree. He will observe the beautiful trees, insects, birds and bushes. And calm and cool atmosphere of the forest will give happiness to him. Question 2. How does the poet describe the lake's waves? The answer is the poet says that the lake's waves hit its shore and create a low sound. It gives him aesthetic pleasure. He hears it and enjoys it. It also gives him solace and comfort. He finds his peace of mind. Question 3. Why does the poet want to go to Innisfree? The answer is the poet wants to go to Innisfree to enjoy its natural beauty. Its morning, noon, and evening are different from the cities, where high-rise buildings touch the sky. He hears the pleasing sounds of birds and gets peace of mind. Question 4. Where is the poet standing? How is it different from Innisfree? The answer is the poet is standing on the road or on the pavement of grey color. This color epitomizes decay. He compares that with the floral beauty of Innisfree. However, standing even there, he can hear the sounds of the lake water lapping by the shore. He hears it in the core of his heart. Question 5. What does the Isle of Innisfree stand for the poet? The answer is the Isle of Innisfree stands for unadulterated natural beauty. A visit to Innisfree gives him immense joy, pleasure, and peace to the poet. The sounds of honeybees, crickets, and the lake water lapping by the shore tempt him to go there again and again. He will be contented with living in a small cabin and working at a small farm. Question 6. Is the poet going to Innisfree merely an attempt to escape from the harsh realities of the city life? The answer is no doubt. Innisfree provides all what the poet yearns for. Even standing on the doorway or on the grey pavement of the city, he escapes to the natural world of the Lake Isle of Innisfree. The sounds of the birds and the lake water lapping on the shore echo in the core of his heart. This escapism gives him immense pleasure and peace. Long answer type question. Question 1. Why is the poet deeply attached to the Lake Isle of Innisfree? Explain. The answer is Innisfree is a simple lake island where the poet has spent his childhood days. The poet is in a search of peace and calmness which the Lake Isle of Innisfree can provide him. The environment is natural and peaceful and the poet desires to visit this island. According to the poet, on this island, peace comes down slowly in small drops. Moreover, he is very much attached by the melodious sounds made by the crickets. In fact, that sound has deep impact on the poet. The poet believes that lake's waves hit the shore and freeze at low sound, which gives him aesthetic pleasure. Really, he wants to visit the island. Thus, it can be said that he is deeply attached to the Lake Isle of Innisfree. Question 2. What does the Lake Isle of Innisfree stands for the poet? Is it merely an escapism or a revolt against the super artificiality of urban life? The answer is the Irish Lake Isle of Innisfree stands for pure natural beauty, pleasure and peace. It provides a stark contrast to the hectic and artificial life in a city. Amidst the natural surroundings, he will build a small cabin. He will grow beans and build a hive for honeybees. The sounds, sights, and music that he enjoys there haunt him. The isle presents peace and tranquility. No more the sounds of cars and vehicles on the road. Here, what he hears is the sound of honeybees and crickets. It is escapism as well as a revolt against the hectic and artificial life of the city. The sights and sounds of Innisfree never leave him. Even standing on the roadway or on the grey pavement in the city, he hears the low sounds of the lake water lapping by the shore in the core of his heart. Value-based question. Question 1. What does nature do for mankind? The answer is Nature has great healing power. When we sit in the lap of nature, we forget our sorrows. Our mind becomes fresh and we start our days with new energy. Besides, nature fills new hopes in human beings. For this, as human beings, our friendship with nature is quite essential. Question 2. What moral lessons does this poem teach us? The answer is, go back in nature is the message of this poem. This poem teaches us that we should build a cabin in a solitary place and enjoy nature, which has magical powers. Obviously, nature unfolds itself in a solitary place and loves to enjoy its music. We must take this immortal lesson from this poem. Extract-based questions. Read the extract given below and answer the following questions. Extract 1. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping, slow, dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the crickets sing. Question A. What does the word there in the above lines refers to? The answer is, there in the above lines refers to Lake Isle of Innisfree. B. How does peace enters the huts of peasants? The answer is, peace enters the huts of the peasants through the morning dewdrops. C. Name the literary device used in the poem. The answer is metaphor. Question 2. Extract 2. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. A. Name the poem and the poet. The answer is, poem. The name of the poem is The Lake Isle of Innisfree, and the name of the poet is W.B. Yeats. B. What does it in the second line stands for? The answer is, it refers to the lake water. C. Give the noun form of the word deep. The answer is deepness or depth. Question. Extract 3. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnights all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of linnet's wings. A. What did the poet see in the morning? The answer is, the poet saw dewdrops which seemed to be dropping peace. B. What did the poet hear? The poet heard the songs of crickets. C. Find a word from the extract which means weak, faint, unsteady light. The answer is glimmer. D. Write the rhyming scheme of the given stanza. The answer is AB, AB. E. What does the stanza suggest about the poet? The answer is, the stanza suggests that the poet loves to be in the lap of nature. F. Name any two things a poet is fond of. That the poet is fond of. The answer is cricket's song, the evening when linnets are flying, a bright moonlight, midnight. Extract 4. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 beans rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and I live alone in the bee-loved glade. A. What does the poet wish to build at Innisfree? The answer is, the poet wishes to build a small cabin at Innisfree to be made with sticks and clay. B. What does Innisfree symbolize? The answer is, Innisfree symbolizes a place of peace and tranquility. The poet wishes to stay at Innisfree. C. Why does the poet wish to stay at Innisfree? The answer is, to live in peaceful environment and to escape from the hectic schedule of the city life. Extract 5. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bee rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee glade. A. Write about any two things the poet wants to do when he goes back to Innisfree. 2 things that poet wants to do when he goes back to Innisfree are build a small cabin of clay and wattles, have 9 bean rows and a hive for honeybee, live alone in the bee glade. B. Why does the poet miss the place? The answer is the poet misses the place because he longs for the peace and tranquility of Innisfree, a place where he spent a lot of time as a boy. C. Trace a word from the extract which means open space. The answer is glade. Extract 6. And I shall have some peace there, or peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings. A. Name the poet. The answer is the poet is W.B. Yeats. B. Which place is the poet referring to in the above lines? The answer is the place which the poet is referring to in the above lines is the Lake Isle of Innisfree. C. What is poet looking for? The answer is the poet is looking for peace and serenity. Short answer type questions. Question 1. Describe the person, the place or the thing brought vividly to the life of the poet. The answer is the Lake Isle of Innisfree by W.B. Yeats vividly describes an island of the Lake of Innisfree. The island is an incredibly peaceful place. The island is also a place of great natural beauty. Yeats describes many different aspects of its appeal, from the various birds and insects to the striking light at different times of day. This is a landscape that has not been damaged or diminished by human interference. Question 2. Why does the poet want to go to Innisfree? The answer is the poet wants to go to Innisfree in search of peace. He does not like the noisy place as London is. He wants to live in a place which the poet craves for some peace, and hence he wants to go to Innisfree. There, he wants to make a small cabin and grow beans. He wants to live there alone. Question 3. How is the city life different from the life at the Lake Isle of Innisfree? The answer is the poet does not like the city life. The pavements are dull and grey. There is a chaos all around, but there is nature's beauty all around in Innisfree. It is a dream place for the poet which exists in reality. There is a perfect harmony on the island between the plants and the weather. Question 4. Briefly describe one major theme of the poem, The Lake Isle of Innisfree. The answer is a major theme in The Lake Isle of Innisfree is nature versus civilization. What we value in life is often the exact opposite of what civilization brings with it. Nature allows us to explore the various forms of life, but civilization has certain set rules with which we have to abide. Question 5. What is the tone of the poem? The answer is the poem has a very calm, rich, relaxing tone. The reader may picture a person physically going to this place called Innisfree, but the narrator of the poem is visiting this place in his imagination. It helps him to relax and escape the rush of modern living. Long answer type questions, about 80 to 100 words. Question 1. In the poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree, what does the poet find so attractive about the Lake Isle of Innisfree? The answer is the things that the poet finds so attractive about Lake Isle of Innisfree is its promise of peace. The poet then longs for his place, which affords a sense of contentment and relaxation far from the busy modern life. The poem's slow and regular meter helps to convey this languid, dreamy effect. There is also the vivid impressionistic description of the colors and beauties of this place and the soothing stir of nature, which is so different from the strident noise of the city, where the poet actually is, as the final stanza makes it clear. The poet then is physically trapped in the city, but he can imagine the beauty of Innisfree, and this gives him spiritual sustenance. This is one of the Yeats' early lyrics, exhibiting a familiar romantic sensibility in its praise of deep purity and beauty of nature, which is contrasted with the drabness, swallowness, and sterility of modern urban living. Question 2. In your opinion, what words or phrases used by the poet are the most effective in bringing the person, place, or thing of life? Give reason. The answer is, throughout the poem, Yeats used a variety of imaginative phrases to capture the essence of the Lake Isle. He brings the island to life by referring to the different birds and insects there. He comments on how the crickets sing and refers to the linnet's wings. This gives the sense of energy on the island and reminds us of what a natural place it is. The line, "and live alone in the bee-loud glade," correctly captures the point that Yeats is trying to make about the island. It is an isolated place where you can enjoy the solitude. In the second stanza of the poem, Yeats describes how the light changes on the island throughout the day. He tells us that at noon's a purple glow. This light brings the entire Lake Isle of life. Finally, Yeats managed to capture the sound of the island. He tells us that he can hear water lapping in low sounds by the shore. Yeats used alliteration to recreate the sounds. By repeating the letter I so many times, we get the sense of the slow and gentle movement of the water. Question 3. Describe the poem, celebrate the theme of escapism. Explain. The answer is, the poet focuses on Innisfree as a place of escape for the speaker. The speaker describes Innisfree as a simple, natural environment where he will build a cabin and live alone. The Lake Isle of Innisfree expresses the idea that nature provides an inherently restorative place to which human beings can go to escape the chaos and corrupting influences of civilization. In this poem, the speaker longs to live in the simplicity of nature, with no extraneous distractions of city life or the superfluous habits, customs, and daily routines of an increasingly fast-paced modern world. The speaker is only dreaming of getting away from it all. Even if he never goes, he will still at least have the mental escape. This is saving the grace. Even if he cannot get out of the city, he can imagine the escape as he can will himself to hear the lake water lapping, even while standing on the pavement in the city. There is another implication that one can never go back to the past place of nostalgia and youth. But through imagination and reflection, one can always have the mental escape and memory of another time and place. Okay friends, so these were the question and answers of the poem, The Lake Isle of Innisfree. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share with your friends, and if you have any suggestions for me, please write in comment section. Bye, have a good day. Thanks for watching this video.